Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting presents Nokomis Varsity Basketball. Tonight, the Bangor Rams take on our own Nokomis Warriors. Tape live December 21st, 2023 from Newport, Maine at Nokomis Regional High. And bringing tonight's game, Abby and Ashton Karen.
Well, hello and welcome, Warrior Nation. Tonight's Class A North matchup. Tonight's North matchup, at least between the Class A Nokomis Warriors and the Double A visiting Bangor Rams. I think it's going to be an excellent game tonight. The Warriors sitting in 5th place right now in Class A North. They have a record of 1-2 with their win coming against Skowhegan. Bangor still looking for that first win of the season. They're tied for 5th place right now in Double A North. This is going to be a really exciting matchup. Both of these teams hungry to add one to that win column. Abby, what do you think about tonight's matchup?
I agree with you with the Bangor Rams, looking for that first win. And, Bangor has always been a tough competition for us. Our boys did an excellent job when they played Skowhegan, and we came out with that win. They're always a tough competition for us as well. And this is going to be an interesting game against the Rams. Both teams, ready to play tonight, and it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I agree. I think, looking at these two rosters, it's definitely going to be a very interesting matchup. I think Bangor probably across the board has a little bit more height than us, but I don't think that's been something that's slowed us down much this season. We had that great win against Skowhegan, and like I said, Bangor still looking for that first win. They have a loss to Portland, who is sitting in number 2 for Double A North, but they also have a loss to Brewer. Brewer sitting in 10th right now for Class A North, and that's Brewer's only win is against this squad. So I think that this is going to be a very competitive matchup, and I have to say, quite frankly, I'm pretty excited for it. But I believe we're going to turn it over here and do the opening lineups, and we'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere.
Yes. I'm gonna cheer you on.
How about
Good evening and welcome to Nokomis Regional High for today's regular season matchup between the visiting Rams of Bangor High School and your own Nokomis Warriors. We hope you enjoyed today's game and support these athletes, coaches, and officials in a positive manner. We'd like to thank the Maine Army National Guard for sponsoring tonight's game. If you're interested in joining the Guard or would like some additional information, please contact our local recruiter and Nokomis alumni, Staff Sergeant Dominic McKim. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Rams, a senior, number 2, Damon Gonsalves. Senior, number 15, Ryan Ford. Sophomore, number 22, Parker Neal. Sophomore, number 23, Josh Kronkmeyer. Senior, number 30, Caden Thomas. The Rams are coached by Brad Libby and assisted by Robert Young, Kobe Rogerson, Scott Cunningham, and Gavin Young. And now for your Warriors, a sophomore, number 2, Owen Sides. A senior, number 4, Alex Grant. A junior, number 10, Dawson Townsend. A senior, number 15, Connor Sides. And sophomore, number 20, Seth Bowden. The Warriors are coached by Josh Grant and assisted by Jordan Larley, Derek Townsend, and Zach Hartsgrove. Your officials for tonight's game are Bill Julili and John Shoppy. At this time, would you all please rise and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem and the presentation of our colors by the Nokomis JROTC Color Guard.
Alrighty, well, I think we're about ready to get into it here. Fantastic presentation of the colors by Nokomis JROTC.
It's definitely going to be an interesting matchup for sure. If I remember right, number 2 from last year,
Gonzalez.
yeah, he didn't have the height as the other players on his team, but I remember he was really good.
It's up to you.
I mean, absolutely, he is. He's one of the senior starters here. Definitely someone who brings that experience. And looking down, this is I think an older team than Nokomis.
Maybe zoom in a little bit, Dagan.
Maybe not, but definitely a team that's got the experience, and they're going to win the tip.
Good right there.
So we have Neal over to Ford. Now Grunkmeyer. Back up top to
A
Ford.
little bit more to the right, Dagan. Just a little bit more
Gonzalez
so you
now.
get that corner. There you go. Yeah.
Feeds it underneath. Now the kick out. Bangor doing an excellent job getting the space. Ford puts that one up. No good. Good rebound there. Nokomis moving it around. Townsend to Grant. Grant in the corner. Gonzalez on him. Now Bowden. Sides to Townsend. Nokomis moving this one around the arc, looking for an opportunity. Sides going to try and get one. Shot there by Sides. Owen Sides just long on that one, but good penetration from Connor Sides. I think he found himself more open than he expected underneath there.
Oh.
And now on this,
Yeah.
look at that. Connor Sides chases it down.
Just make sure you follow that ball and stay
They're
going
going
to
to open up the scoring for Nokomis. Great job by Sides there. He, instead of just letting it be a backcourt violation, to take full advantage of it, get Nokomis on the board. And now Bangor is going to look to answer here. Gonzalez with it up top, trying to drive in. Kicks it out. Wide open for 3. It's no good, but good look from Thomas. And Nokomis going to need to be a little bit more aware there. That's the second time in 2 offensive possessions that Bangor has had wide open players in that corner. Now Townsend drives in. He won't get it to fall. But Bowden rips away the rebound. Now up top is Grant. And he's going to take a step before he puts it down. So Bangor with another offensive opportunity here. Looking to open up the scoring for themselves. Great effort on that last offensive possession, though, by Bowden to just get that offensive board, rip it away, find the open man. Grunkmeyer moves it over to Gonzalez. Sides, and Sides ripping it away. It's going to be a jump ball. Absolutely great effort from the brothers there. That's the kind of intensity we like to see. Townsend with it. Up to Bowden. Bowden drives in. He's going to go all the way for it. He's going to get it to fall. Great drive there from Bowden. Now Bangor looking to answer on a fast break. Gonzalez puts one up. It'll fall. Bowden up top. Now Townsend. Townsend, elbow jumper. That's good. Nothing but net there. Beautiful from Townsend.
Dagan, you're doing a great job. Perfect.
Underneath, Ford puts it up, gets it to fall. Great effort there from Ford. Back and forth here now. Nokomis with another offensive possession. Grant with it to Townsend. Now sides to sides. Owen Sides can't corral that one in. It'll be Bangor coming back with it. Gonzalez, he'll be fouled. He'll get 2 shots. Looks like they're going to call the foul on Sides, which is tough. He gets, being an aggressive defensive player, he does get quite a few called on him. But I think he definitely makes up for that just with his pure defensive ability. Gonzalez makes the first. 3 points now for him. Belair checks in for Bangor as Gonzalez makes the second. So now Sides coming off that foul, looking to make something happen for Nokomis. Moves it to Grant. Feeds it inside. Bowden wants it. Kicks it out. Now Townsend for three. That's a nice little Drano there. That's a nice little Drano if I've ever seen one. Townsend for three. Now driving in on Bowden. No good from Thomas. And Grant comes down with the rebound. 3-on-2 there. Smart to slow it down. Tries to pick it off as Thomas, but it's no good. And Townsend, that's all good from him. That's 7 out of Nokomis' 11 for Townsend. And now Bowden with the rebound. Feeds it to Grant. Grant for three. And Nokomis gets another Drano. Lights out shooting from Nokomis. Puts them up 14-6 early. And now Bangor needs an answer. Blair with it. Over to Ford. Ford trying to get something in on Townsend here. Moves it over the three from Grunkmeyer. That's no good. Townsend for the rebound. So Bowden now. Drives in. Circus shot up. No good. Gets his own rebound and finishes, though. He's just padding the stat sheet. Great drive in there from Bowden. Love the effort. Timeout for Bangor. Well, Abby.
It's almost like they need to talk it over.
Well, I don't know, but it's definitely something like that as Nokomis has an early 10-point lead. Just under 3 minutes left here in the first. Let's do some sponsors. We want to thank. Well, Mr. Brown, do you want to get it?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. I want to thank our sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors, so we want to make sure we cover every one of them. This is our first-level Burgundy sponsors, Casa Cattle. Great place to get some meat, right, guys?
I have to
agree.
agree.
Great place, huh? Clark's LLC in Newport for all kind of truck repair and welding, sand, gravel. Camden National Bank, DT Lawn Care, and DA Gould and Grandsons Excavation. Thank you guys very much for being sponsors here at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.
And so now back into the action here. Some subs for Bangor. Tardoff has it. Feeds it to Thomas, and now back outside to Fitzpatrick. Running the point seems to be Tardoff. Over to Ford. Ford trying to work something in on Townsend. Hasn't been able to. The open three, no good from Fitzpatrick, and Bowden with the rebound. He's got 3 on him. He'll be fouled. Absolutely. You know, that was a tough one from Bowden. Gets the foul, but definitely needed some help there. And so now Nokomis resetting this offensive possession with Sides up top. Over to Grant. Grant's immediately double teamed, but gets the space and the basket. Absolutely. Immediately swarmed. Grant takes one step, and that's all good. Now a three. That one's good. Harry Fitzpatrick, the sophomore from Bangor, going to cut the lead down to 9, opening up the scoring for him tonight. Bowden drives in. Carr's got it in the corner. That one's long. Rebound Nokomis. Great ball movement here. Grant for 3, and Grant just short, just off. So now Bangor looking to continue to chop into this lead. Up top for 3, Belair. That one's off. So Nokomis with the rebound, resetting here. Bowden drives in. That's going to be a charge. Yeah, that's a
drop the shoulder.
That's a good take there from Fitzpatrick. Had the feet set. He did everything right. And now he'll give Bangor another offensive possession here. And it looks like we're going to have
Washburn come in for Bowden.
Belair drives in, and he'll be fouled. He's going to get 2. I believe the foul's on Carr. No, it looks like they put it on Townsend. Regardless, Belair will get 2. And he'll make the first, making this an 18-point to 10-point game. Some subs come in for both squads now. And he'll make the second.
Seconds left.
A little bit of time to hold for last possession, but with no shot clock, why not, right? Sides, trying to put the moves on Belair. Oh, moves it to Washburn and now back to Sides. My guess holding for last shot now. Moves over to Washburn. Sides and Grant, the only 2 starters in for Nokomis. .15 now. Again, holding for last shot. Again, making the and that one's Belair's going to get a piece of it, but Washburn recovers. Now press for time. Sides puts a move on Belair. Grant will get one up, just off, but a good recovery effort from Nokomis at the end of the first. Score 18-11. This one's been pretty good so far.
Absolutely. I'm very happy with the way this game's going so far. I think it's very important that I think it's very good that our boys are up, and the way they're playing tonight, I think they're playing very excellent.
I mean, I agree. I definitely they're working very well together, and you know they were able to. Interesting. In the last game that I called, we didn't see much substitution, especially not this early in the game. So it was very interesting for Coach Grant to get some of those younger players that don't get the same amount of time. You know, the Owen Buck and Washburn, getting them in there, and I can appreciate that effort, especially, you know, we have a bit of a lead. If we have subs that are more than capable of holding their own, you know, get them in there while we have that lead. Get your starters some rest. And I think that was an absolutely fantastic coaching decision. Our starters obviously coming back out now. Bangor,
which is the right choice.
I mean, you want to start off strong, absolutely. Bangor going to bring out not their starters, but I believe they do have a few starters out there. As Tardoff moves it to Ford. Ford played almost the entire first. Might have played the entire first for Bangor. Now Belair. Belair, that one's off his feet. Grant comes around with it. Great defensive effort there. Now Sides, coast to coast, moves it over. Jump shot just off from Bowden. Great effort there. And now Tardoff coming back up, running the point for Bangor. Moves it over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to work one in. Puts it right into the hands of Owens, of Sides. And so now Nokomis going to reset here. Bowden with it. Ford's on him. Feeds it right underneath. Look at that. Beautiful. They got the mismatch underneath with Townsend and Vigu. That was perfect. Absolutely great ball play there. Now Belair going to drive in. He's got the mismatch underneath. Belair had all the height advantage there, able to just lay that one in. Now Bowden for Nokomis, looking to answer. Tries to drive in, missed dribble there. Sides to Sides. Into Townsend again, look at that. Townsend gets another. Townsend with 11 already. He's got half of Nokomis' points. Bangor tries to answer. They won't. On the off three from Fitzpatrick, and Nokomis able to corral it. So Bowden again getting a lot of possession time here. Looking to drive in on Ford. Look at that, another beautiful feed to Townsend. I mean, they're just going to leave him open. Now, that's a beautiful play, and it's working fantastically. Bowden draws out the taller defenders. In that case, I believe it was Blair, and leaves him wide open underneath.
What a great start here by the Warriors. Let's go over a few more of our sponsors. These are our mid-level white sponsors, Sebascook Valley Federal Credit Union, 368-4940, and in Pittsfield, 487-5576. A.E. Robinson and Kerna makes great pizza there. If you ever get a chance, 278-4626. Newport Entertainment Center, great place to go have some fun doing some bowling and some video game playing, 368-2490. And Newport Glass, 368-5698 for all your glass repair needs.
Yeah, you mentioned that pizza at A.E. Robinson, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I stop in there a time or two to get some. They have absolutely fantastic food there.
They sure do.
Alrighty, so now with just under 6 here to go in the half, scores 24-13, Nokomis an 11-point lead. Bangor with the ball, Tardoff running the point. Sides all over him. No breathing room there. Great defense from Sides, strips it away. Absolutely fantastic. He's going to go coast to coast and get fouled. What a great play from Sides. He'll go to the line for 2. Those are the kind of plays, when he can consistently make plays like that, he is truly the most valuable player on the court. What a great effort there. He'll make his first. Looks like Ramos will check in for Viggy. Now Bangor looking to answer. The feed inside looked good. Circus shot put up. Tough foul there. But it'll send Thomas to the line. It'll be foul number 2 for Bowden. The first doesn't fall. Carr now checking in for Bowden. The second no good, and Townsend down with the rebound. Townsend, a pivotal force for this squad tonight. But been relatively quiet here.
Going into the second half.
And so now Nokomis sides. That one just fumbles away. Ford gonna get it. That was a great transition play from Bangor. And now Thomas, made that play there to Ford. Absolutely great play. Nokomis going to look to answer, try to extend their current 11-point lead. Blair on side. Side's still going to go in and go to the line for 2. I mean, you watch that drive in there. Thomas and Blair double team him. They've got such a height advantage, and he's able to draw the foul and go to the line. It's just, it's interesting to drive in on 2 players with the significant height advantage, but if you can get the foul and sink your shots, that's a golden play all day. And sinks the first. Blair going to head to the bench. 3 fouls for him already. And he'll make the second, extending this to a 13-point lead for the Warriors. Gonzalez back in. He's going to try to drive in. It'll be a travel called. So now Nokomis already back on the offensive here. Sides, putting the moves on Neal. Moves it to Grant. Grant, quick jumper. Just doesn't fall, but great look from Grant. Now Ramos taking it down. Gonzalez wide open for three. That one's good. Great ball movement from Bangor. Carter Townsend. Back up top to Sides. Townsend for three. Just short. Bangor going to tip that one out. Nokomis will retain possession. Great look there from Townsend. Wide open in the corner. You know, he's been shooting well. Absolutely. You know, if Nokomis can keep getting, you know, players like him and Grant those opportunities to get these open shots. And Grant going to put up a floater. That one's good. One-handed floater from Grant extends this Nokomis lead. The feed into Ford from Gonzalez. No good on the basket, but Ramos with the rebound fakes out the defenders. That was a great high IQ move there from Ramos. So now Sides working on Neal. Grant open for three. No good. Ramos now trying to make the most of his time on the floor. Driving in is Thomas. Kicks it out. The three is good from Neal. And so now this 13-point game has been cut down to a mere 7. Just under 3 left in the first half. Nokomis needs to answer here. Townsend with it. He's going to put the moves on. He'll get one to go. Great job by Townsend. Gets around Thomas. Doesn't foul. Ramos up top. He'll lose it. And Bangor comes away with that one. So Ford, he'll be blocked. Townsend absolutely stuffs him. Now the three is no good, and we're going to have a foul here. A lot of commotion on the court. Looked like Sides wanted a foul called on Ford. A little bit of contact there while Sides was on the ground. And it looks like they're going to give it to him, I believe. Not really sure what the process of the call there was, but regardless, Nokomis offensively trying to get one done here. Bowden with it. Bang from Bowden, absolutely. Another three for Nokomis, 35-23. Bangor going to look to answer. Ford kicks it out and around. Neal for another. That one's no good. Townsend corrals it. Townsend now going to drive in. Fade away. That's all good from Townsend. Absolutely fantastic. And I believe 17 already for Townsend.
Oh.
He is on fire tonight. Spin move. You know, that was a good idea there from Gonzalez. Spin moves, feeds it underneath the Ramos. Ramos just can't corral it in to get that shot off. And so now, 37-23, just over a minute left. Nokomis with another offensive possession here. Sides putting the work on Neal. Now Bowden. Feeds it into Townsend. Tipped off. And we're going to have a jump ball. That'll be Bangor's. Great effort there from Sides. Gets the call. And sorry, that is Nokomis gets that one. So now Grant with it up top. Over to Sides. To Sides up top. Gonzalez on him. Sides putting the moves on him. Resets it to Townsend with just over 30 seconds left. Most likely will hold for the last shot here. To Bowden now. Hand off to Townsend. And now Sides. Nokomis utilizing the clock quite well tonight. Sides drives in, almost loses it. Feeds it to Grant. Grant puts up a floater with just 4 seconds left. And Bangor won't have they'll have time to get one off, and it's good.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh,
Gonzalez absolutely fantastic at the buzzer from the foul line. And so going into the half,
wow.
he does what he can. It's a 39-26 game.
Get the cheerleaders digging next.
That is an absolutely electric way for Bangor to end that half. We're going to go into halftime. The cheerleaders, I believe, have a presentation, but we'll be back.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Regardless, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just 10 minutes with Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Thank you.
I don't even want to talk. I'm watching.
It's a good, fun game, yeah.
I know you're not saying much, but it's enough going on. I'm not noticing it. So.
That's embarrassing.
Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. And and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, for Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag filled with toys for boys and girls again.
Before we get back to the game, first, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Camden National Bank, 79 Main Street in Newport, 207-368-4382. Casa Cattle, 151 Nokomis Road in Corinna, 207-249-2191. Clark's LLC, 607 Elm Street in Newport, 207-368-4766. DT Lawn Care, 158 Libby Hill Road in Newport, 207-270-0342. D.A. Gould & Grandsons Excavation, 557 Todd's Corner Road in St. Albans, 207-938-2578. Sebastopol Valley Federal Credit Union, 87 Moosehead Trail in Newport, 207-368-4940. Newport Glass, 162 Elm Street in Newport, 207-368-5698. A.E. Robinson of Corinna, 60 Newport Road in Corinna, 207-278-4626. Newport Entertainment Center, 26 Main Street in Newport, 207-368-2490. And our co-player of the game sponsors, Gilman Electrical Supply, 53 Main Street in Newport, 207-368-4306, and Bears One Stop, 80 Moosehead Trail in Newport, 207-368-2230. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors from Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting and all of Warrior Nation.
All right, we're back.
Hello and welcome back to Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. At the half, the score 39-26. Nokomis Warriors up. We ended that half on an electric, almost three-quarter court buzzer beater from Gonzalez to cut the lead down a little bit here. It's going to be Bangor's ball, I believe, to open this one up. And we'll see if this Nokomis squad can hang on to their 13-point lead.
It'll definitely be interesting for sure.
Absolutely. After, electric performances in the first half, defensively from sides, offensively from Townsend. And that'll be a charge from sides. What a great take already. And so Bangor electing to do a light press here. Neal on sides. Bowden with Ford on him. He'll get one up. Townsend comes down with the rebound, puts it right back up off his fingertips to open up the scoring. That one.
Ouch.
Gonna have that's kind of what I thought too. We'll be feeling that one, but it'll be a double dribble. And so now, again, another offensive opportunity here for the Warriors. Grant with it. Over to Bowden. Now Sides. Sides drives in. He'll get the layup up, and it's good. Was able to get the one-on-one under the basket for the turnaround layup. Now Ford kicks it over. Wide open for three is Neal, and he'll make it. Believe his second of the game. Maybe his third. Believe it's his second, yeah. So now Nokomis is going to look to answer here. 14-point game. Bowden over to Sides. Sides. Great defensive effort there by Thomas. Bowden to Grant. To Bowden. Now Sides. Now Townsend with it. Townsend, fade away. That one's just short. Good look from Townsend. Now Gonzalez bringing it back for Bangor. Feeds it into Ford. Townsend on him. Ford will get the reverse layup. It falls.
If it works, I guess.
Absolutely. So now a 12-point game. Bowden driving in. Kicks it out to Sides. Sides had some space there. Was a little ways from the line. Feed underneath to a wide open Townsend once again. Again, a great play. They're driving in. They're drawing the big men out of the paint. And Townsend is just there waiting for it.
That's going to be a foul on Sides.
So Bangor will get an inbound here. And it looks like Tardoff coming in for Gonzalez. Feed out to Grunkmeyer. Now Tardoff. To Neal. To Ford. Ford for three. No good. Bowden with the rebound. And that's going to be a backcourt. That's a tough one there. Yeah, it's a tough mistake for Bowden, but it was hard to see a different outcome there. He was trapped there. Regardless, Tardoff running the point for Bangor. Over to Thomas. Thomas going to get one up. No good. Rebound to Townsend. Now Sides. To Sides. Grant in the corner. They give him the space. He's going to take the Drano. Absolute dagger there. He had just enough space to get it off. So Sides, and I believe that's our...
That's out.
That was Grant.
Grant
I apologize. And Bangor answers. So now a 15-point game. Nokomis retaining this lead. Oh, goodness. Sides breaks the ankles, moves the ball, and Townsend capitalizes. Call Sports Center because that's top 10 right there. Absolutely beautiful. Ford tries to answer and can't. That's a tough one there. A timeout called, and wow. Wow. Let's hear from our sponsors.
Yeah, what a game Townsend's having tonight. Wow.
I would say.
Incredible. Hey, we want to thank our main sponsors here at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, Gilman Electrical Supply in Newport and Bears One Stop also in Newport. They are our main sponsors, Player of the Game sponsors. And tonight we'll have a Gilman Electrical Supply Player of the Game, 368-4306 for Gilman's, and at Bears, for all your convenience store needs, 368-2230.
Well, we are about halfway through the third here. A little points update for anybody who's trying to keep track at home. Our game leader so far is Dawson Townsend with 24. But he's on the bench, taking a well-deserved break. Grant with it. Over to Sides. He'll be fouled. Nokomis will get an inbound here.
Nice has come in for Townsend.
Inbound to Bowden. Gets it to Grant. Bowden will get some contact there. I believe it'll be a Nokomis inbound. Yep. Foul there called on Tardoff. Inbound again to Bowden. Now sides up top to Grant. Grant for three. Another Drano from Grant. Grant with 15 points tonight. Bangor needs an answer here. Ford drives in. Ford will get fouled. He'll go to the line for two. That'll be a foul on Nice. Nokomis has taken a commanding 21-point lead here, off of stellar performances from Townsend, Sides, and Grant. The first one will fall. Townsend checking back in for Sides. Ford, the leading scorer here for these Rams, misses his second. Bowden with the rebound. A three. My goodness! Another Drano. Grant is absolutely on fire from beyond the arc. And Nice comes down with the rebound off the tipped shot. This third quarter has been all Nokomis. Bowden to Nice. Ooh. Some contact there. Townsend will float one up. No good. But he'll get two. A lot of contact there.
I don't really think Nice was ready for that bounce pass under the basket with the two men on him.
Regardless, Nokomis able to make something out of it here. Townsend sinks the first. 25 now for Townsend. Carr going to check in for Sides. Owen Sides. Townsend misses the second. Ford gets the rebound. It's off his hands. That is just a tough break for Ford. So now Nokomis with a chance to extend this offensive possession. Inbound is good to Townsend. Grant up top. It's stolen away by Tardoff. Grant will foul him. And so now Tardoff going to go to the line for two. He makes the first, opening up the scoring for himself tonight. He makes a second, cutting the lead down to 22 points. This Nokomis squad has been absolutely electric, and I mean, with the shooting performances that we've seen from Townsend and Grant, I mean this looks like a hard squad to beat. I mean, if they can, obviously stellar performances from those two and from Sides as well, but if they can continue to put up performances like these against some of these tougher schools that we see in towards the top of the rankings in Class A North, I believe they can hold their own because this has just been an absolutely stellar performance. 2:40 left here in the third. Will say, I've noticed it getting a little bit chippy down there, Abby. I don't know if you've noticed. Definitely some tensions, high tensions for sure. And now Bangor looking like they're running a zone. We've seen this work on Nokomis before. Let's see if they can get around it here. Carr with it. He's double teamed. He'll be jump ball. That'll go to Bangor. Or got it wrong again. I'll get it one of these times. Be Nokomis inbound. Carr with it. He wants the three. No good. Tardoff comes down with the rebound. Fitzpatrick takes it. Fitzpatrick drains it. Now just a 20-point lead for Nokomis. Bowden to Grant. Over to Bowden. To Carr. Grant, he's open for the three. He'll take it, no good. Nice with the rebound. Can't get it to fall. Be out of bounds off Carr. Nokomis going to try the defensive side for a change.
Sides is going to come back in for Nice.
Tardoff to Ford. Townsend on him. That one, miscommunication there, goes out of bounds. So now just a minute left here in the third. Stuck in the corner's Carr. Townsend feeds it back to Carr. Be out of bounds. Looks like it's going to stay Nokomis ball. Inbound to Bowden. Grant running the point up top. Carr feeds into Townsend. Townsend's there flooding that paint. The three just long there from sides. So Tardoff.
Nice touch there by Bowden.
Gonna be a jump ball by Carr. That was, yeah.
That's his second one since he's been in.
Yeah, good heads-up effort there from Carr for sure. Feed into Belair. Now Ford trying to work on Townsend. Carr will tip it. It'll stay Bangor ball. 27 seconds left here. Feed into Thomas. To Belair. Belair's going to travel with it. Tough break for Bangor here.
It's a good call.
It is a good call. It is. But 20 seconds left here in the third. Nokomis most likely going to hold for last shot and try to extend their lead going into the fourth. Grant with it. Blair on him. Quite the size mismatch there. Doesn't matter. They get it to Townsend. To Carr. Now Grant for three. Just off, but probably not the way Nokomis drew it up, but they were able to get Grant open for the three. And going into the fourth, Nokomis with a commanding 20-point lead. Score 58-38. They've just got to hang on for 8 more minutes.
I'm going to plop in here, guys, real quick. Do some sponsors again.
Absolutely.
These are our mid-level sponsors. Sebastopol Valley Federal Credit Union, 368-4940, and in Pittsfield, 487-5576. A.E. Robinson and Corona, Newport Entertainment Center, and Newport Glass. These are our mid-level white sponsors, and very happy to have them on board again this year. Thank you very much for sponsoring Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, we say it, I feel like, every broadcast, but we really wouldn't be able to do this without our sponsors, so
absolutely,
we are very grateful. And for all of you watching at home who are just joining maybe, Scores 58-38. We're headed into the fourth. Nokomis being led by a commanding performance from Townsend. 25 points tonight. A career night for Townsend here. Followed not too far behind by Grant, who has been absolutely killing it from beyond the arc with 18 points. He's been lights out shooting. And Sides gets it to Townsend. Townsend for another. Townsend might have himself a 30-point night here with the kind of shooting he's been doing. Bangor again looking to answer here. Ford, jump shot. That one's good over Townsend. Great look there from Ford. Again, Bangor playing this zone, but it leaves Grant wide open for three. No good. Townsend with the rebound. Grant thought he was going to take another there. Bowden with it, though. Feeds it to Carr. Now Sides resetting it up top. Grant signaling to slow down. Bowden had some space. This Bangor squad. Look at that.
Excellent
open is
look.
Open is Bowden. Bangor swarmed it, but he had just enough time to get the shot off. And no good basket there. Nokomis holding on to a 22-point lead. Some major subs looking to come in for Bangor. Carr with it to Townsend. Now Sides. Sides gets Blair to jump. Puts the moves on him. It's tipped out of bounds by Bangor. Just now checking in.
We got
Looks like
little
we have-
Sides coming in for Carr.
Yep, and then for Bangor, looks like we've got Vigu, Grunkmeyer, I believe Ramos. So Sides to Grant. Now Townsend. He's got Grunkmeyer on him. The double team, but look at that. A nice little Drano there, and he holds it up. 1, 2, 3 from Owen Sides. And Grunkmeyer. Be a foul called, I believe, on Grant. So now feed in Blair. Corrals it in. Gets it to Grunkmeyer. Now Gonzalez. And that'll be a charge. Basket's no good. Called on Gonsalves, who tries to pick it off there. Now Townsend, fade away. No good. Ramos comes down with it. Ramos again. You know, when he was in earlier, he wasn't in for very long, but utilizing his time on the court quite well, making the high-effort heads-up plays. Now Townsend decides. Sides gets that one tipped away. And that'll be a charge called. So Nokomis with another offensive possession here. Up by 23, just under 5 left. Underneath, wide open. He'll get fouled with Sides. he was open. Bangor immediately collapsed in on him. Right idea there. Sides just a bit of a height advantage, a disadvantage, I should say. He'll miss the first. He's only scoring so far tonight 3 that we saw a little bit earlier. But he'll make the second. Grunkmeyer to Ramos. Over to Neal. Grunkmeyer again. Gets the hop step in. That'll fall. Good effort there from Grunkmeyer. Opening up the scoring for himself tonight. Grant for 3. Just off. And looks like they're going to call. Must be a foul on Townsend. Yep, that'll be his second of the night from that rebound. Snogan Slaves. To Vigu. Now Ramos. Ramos breaking ankles. Trying to. His own. Somebody's ankles got broken. Regardless, was able to come away with what looked like an open look for Conslaves, but we'll have a travel call. There'll be a timeout now. Nokomis. Would not be surprised to see if Nokomis starts putting in more of these guys off the bench. Or maybe they'll try to get Townsend to hit that 30 mark. Regardless, Nokomis has put up an outstanding offensive and defensive effort tonight. Scoring 66 points with still 4 to go here in the fourth. I mean, these people that, these guys that we talked about earlier in the season, hoping that they were going to step up. Dawson Townsend and Grant and Bowden. And looking down, and even Size looking down that stat sheet tonight, all of those players I feel have done just that. Townsend, obviously, the stats say it all, 27 points. Grant, 18 points. And then, Sides, a player that wasn't always scoring a ton last year. He's got 8 points tonight, maybe a quiet 8 points, but, 8 solid points there. 9 from Bowden. And I think to be expected when you look at Bowden and Sides to, when you've got a Townsend who's got almost 30 tonight, not everybody can have 30-point games. So they've been doing their part elsewhere, especially on the defensive side of things. And so now Nokomis with another offensive opportunity here. Inbound to Townsend. Now Sides. Grant gets it. Sides again. Sides gets it over to Grant for 3. That's a Drano there. Call it 21 as Grant drains another. Nogan Slaves. Up top to Vigu. Slaves again. Gets it up, no good. And be a foul called on Gonsalves. And we'll see Smith check in for Bangor. As well as Washburn for Nokomis. And nice. Washburn with it. Over to Grant. Now Townsend for 3. That one's just off. That'll be a foul there on the rebound. On Nice. And Townsend will head to the bench most likely for the night, as well as Sides, Owen Sides. And I tell you what a performance tonight from Townsend. Ramos with it. Being guarded by Drew Grant. That'll be a jump ball. Stay with Bangor. Alex.
Quinn's going to come in for Grant.
Yeah, and Alex Grant again. Absolutely commanding performance. 21 points. And I believe all from beyond the arc. He is an electric three-point shooter. And that'll be a foul called there on Buck.
What do you think, guys? You guys ready to call the player of the game here for tonight?
I think we're ready to call the player of the game. And
Okay.
I think, I don't know about you, but I think there is no doubt in my mind player of the game has to go to Townsend. I mean, absolutely scoring 29 points. You know, he really helped the Nokomis build up this lead. You know, he had, I believe, 17 of those 27 were all in the first half. Just an electric performance from Townsend tonight, showing that he is one of the true leaders of this Nokomis team. And a player who I can tell you I'm excited he'll be back next year. He is an absolutely fantastic player and an absolutely fantastic performance, probably one of the best of his careers here at Nokomis so far. Absolutely. So now Nokomis believe they've got a full bench in right now. Turnover. Now Bangor going to try to answer. Bangor got a couple starters in still. I believe Neal may be the only one. Neal, he'll travel
That's an excellent
there.
call.
Want to mention, guys, that's our Gilman Electric player.
Our
of the game.
Gilman.
You may have said that. You probably. You may.
I may or may not have. I don't believe I did.
Making sure.
But yeah, brought to you by Gilman Electric. And speaking of, talking about just an electric performance that he had. And that one, the shot up by Buck was blocked there by Houghton. Just over a minute here. And Buck seemingly running the point here for Nokomis. Over to Newmeyer. Now Washburn. In the corner, fakes the pass, or fakes the shot, passes to Newmeyer. Now Drew Grant with it. And he'll take just one too many steps there. And it's tough. I mean, this, again, Bangor doesn't have, I believe they only have one starter in, but still a big size mismatch there. And so now we'll have a foul there. And I believe with the new rules, as soon as you hit 5 fouls in a quarter, you get 2 shots. They've eliminated the 1-and-1 factor. And now as soon as any team gets 5 fouls in a quarter, every foul becomes 2 shots. A new rule this year. I believe decided for safety. I didn't look too much into that one, but that is the rule. And that shot will be good. Score is 69-45. 35 seconds here. Washburn with it. Gets it to Buck. The 3 from Buck is good. Nice little Drano there. I call it like I see it, and that one was nothing but net. The feed into Houghton is good. Bangor, a little bit of an answer there. And so at the buzzer, final score, 72-47. Nokomis walks away with a 25-point win. They go to be 2-2, while Bangor falls to 0-3. Again, your Gilman Electric Player of the Game after a truly electric performance is Dawson Townsend on 27 points. We thank you all for joining us here. We'll be back next week, I believe, right?
Actually, we'll be back Saturday.
That's right.
At 2 o'clock. Camden Rockport will be in town, and we'll have the varsity game for you at 2 p.m. on Saturday.
That's going to be a fantastic one. We hope to see you then. You know, if you can't make it in, turn it on with your loved ones around the Christmas tree, around the fire, and tune in because it'll be a good one for sure. Thanks for watching, and thanks for joining us here at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.
Any public performance, rebroadcast, distribution, or unauthorized retransmission without the express written consent of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting is strictly prohibited. All rights reserved. 2023.